CRM systems have been there ever since the beginning of digital marketing. Well, not really since the beginning, but CRM systems have been here for a while. We know that CRM systems is the only interface between us and the customers, and this tool, which is called as a CRM tool, serves as an interface where all the communications with the clients, all interactions, all lead nurturing processes, all interactions when it comes to sending the emailers. So everything has become a part of the CRM entity, which serves as a central database. So you want to know when was the last communication with the customer, your CRM will tell you. You want to understand how many times the customer has been contacted, your CRM will tell you. Which stage of the buyer journey is the customer at, your CRM will tell you. And what is the workflow that is triggering a particular automation to a certain segment of audiences, your CRM will tell you. So when you have this CRM, which is the central database that we have been operating with and using ever since the beginning of the time, what is this CDP now? What is the customer data platform? Now, it is very important for us to understand, although they have a slight overlap of functions that each of them perform, they're completely different, right? In fact, I would say they're at the opposites. One is a customer-facing operation where a CRM is something that you use to interact with your customers. It is for somebody who is in a customer-facing role, as all the data, all the intelligence that he can bring up comes from a CRM platform. While CDP, on the other hand, is a particular user's or a visitor's behavior with your product or brand. Let me explain in detail. Alright, so basically what is the difference between CRM and CDP is what we would be talking about in this session. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, which, as the name indicates, it is a database or a tool or a piece of software in a way that you use to interact with your customers and keep maintaining keep the relationships intact with your customers. Now, a CRM supports the sales team, because when the marketing team thinks that somebody is ready to move ahead to the sales stage, they would hand over the lead to the sales team, and all this information comes from CRMs. And then you have organizes customer interactions. As we had discussed, how many times did you interact with a customer in the last 3 months? All the interactions, all the messaging, everything is included in the CRM. Then you have the streamlining processes. And a CRM streamlines the processes because it can actually tell you which stage of the buying cycle is the customer is at, and what is the lead score. I mean, where does he rank in terms of sales readiness? All this intelligence comes from CRM systems. Then you have tracks interactions. We also have seen a limited channel insights. Now this is where it gets interesting. It only tells you what has happened. It only certain aspects of what has been automated, what are the lead interactions, what are the interactions that you have had in the past, what is the lead score. All apart from these things, there is not much value that a CRM is going to be able to provide you. It is like a journal of what happened between you and your customers, plus a few metrics here and there when it comes to lead scores and etc. Now, on the other hand, CDP, now let's call this CRM system A. Now, on the other hand, let's call CDP B. Now, let us see what CDPs do. CDPs are designed for marketing because they not just have information about what has happened, they look at the entire behavior of a particular visitor or a customer with your product. What has his behavior been? What does the nature of interaction that he has had in the past? What is his history? What has been his history? And this is intelligence, right? This is marketing intelligence. Now, this information can be used for you to go ahead and segment your audiences in a smart fashion. You can use marketing automation tools to run segmented, targeted campaigns across these segments. Now, on the other hand, as I said, it collects behavior data, big picture of the customer interactions. It is not just what has happened, when did he message me, when did I send him the email. It is about after I send the email, what has happened. What has that impacted his behavior? Has an activity scheduled in the sequence of the marketing events that have any impact on the user's behavior? Now, analyzes data from multiple sources. Now, this is one of the most important things, if you ask me, because Gone are the days when we are only going to look at one platform, one interaction, and decide what the potential of the audience, right? Now the customers are interacting with you across different channels, across different touch points. Now this CDP consolidates all that metrics and gives you the clear picture of what is happening in the back end. Now provides a seamless experience, which means it will give you a unified view of a customer across different channels, across different platforms. It collects data from your CRM, sometimes it collects data from your emails, it collects data from your social media systems. Now it collects data from all the possible sources so as to give you a unified picture of that one particular customer. So in a way, I would say CDP gives you a 360 degree, almost a 360 degree view of your customer and his interactions. It gives you a 360 degree of view of behaviors around all the things and all the platforms that he has interacted with. Now that way, both of them are different. Now the big question, C, which is, what do you need? Do you need only a CDP, or do you need only a CRM, or do you need both, right? Ideally, if you are a large scale organization who has the money to spend and who has the manpower to take care of these things separately, you ideally need both A and B for a seamless execution of your marketing campaigns. But again, if you're not doing a full-fledged 360 degree marketing, if you have limited resources for customer facing and limited resources for data intelligence, then maybe you can choose between what you need, right? Now, if you integrate both, what does it look like? It looks like CDP is upstream of CRM, which means it takes the basic data from CRM sometimes. Now, it enriches the CRM data. What CRM has is just a journal of activities plus a few tasks here and there. Intelligence from CDP can actually make your CRM much smarter and much intelligent, because it empowers your CRM system with all the other attributes that has been missing in a CRM for a while. Now, valuable for sales and marketing, because this gives you a 360 degree view of what has been happening with a particular visitor or a group of visitors. Now, this is how you basically identify the differences between a CRM and a CDP. All right, let's look at the scope and usage of each of these platforms. Now, the main difference is CDP gives you a bigger picture of customer interactions, while CRM gives you specific account interactions, right? Then you have customer data platform, which tracks the overall behavior. It gives you entire customer journey. Data collection is automated, which means it doesn't have to wait for any integration to happen. It just looks at all the attributes that it can collect from all channels that a user has been interacted or has come in contact with. Then you have multiple touch points. It gives you information about all the touch points, and there can be a lot of integrations happening, which means you can integrate your Google Analytics to your CDP. You can include your heat maps to your CDP. You can do a lot of interactions like that. A CRM again manages individual interactions, one-on-one interactions. Like it's typically what happens between you and your customer. Manual data collection means it is not something which is automated. It has to be added, and you have to update the status of the comment. And you have to update the status of the contact, whether it is a cold lead, warm lead, hot lead, whether you have upgraded somebody, downgraded somebody in the funnel. This is exactly where you do that. Then you have highly specific data. It doesn't give you a broad overview of things. One-on-one transactions, one customer set of activities. It is pretty much one-on-one. Then it has names, contacts, and past interactions of all the people. Now, comparison. This is a broad and strategic approach which gives you a 360 view about your visitors and segments. Then this has a limited one-on-one scenario where it just gives you an overview of the interactions that you have had with your customers in the past. That's about it. So let's look at the bigger picture. Now, the bigger picture is how are these used and what are the benefits these things bring to your business. Now, this is something that we have seen, right? So we have understood what basically a CRM is and CDP is. So we will only be focusing on the advantages, right? Now, a CRM manages interactions, it builds relationships, it centralizes all the data in one place. Now, who uses it? This is used typically by the sales team to nurture leads. Then you have targeted campaigns. Your marketing can run campaigns on certain segments based upon the status based upon the stage that they're in the buying cycle. Then you can offer customer services to your existing customers or your contacts. Now, CDP it collates data from all platforms. It provides us a centralized database of all user behaviors, comprehensive view of all the data points, structured data. Now, this structured data gets passed on to the marketing and sales teams. Then you have leadership teams can use this data for high-level strategies. Now, marketing teams can use this data to create personas and run targeted campaigns across these segments. Then you have product design teams who can use this for website analysis and call to action placements. Now, basically, you need both ideally. However, you can go, depending upon your roles that your team handles, you can choose what is the most pressing need, whether it is a CRM or a CDP. So basically, all in all, we would be talking about a lot about CDPs in terms of running marketing automation campaigns, and we would also be talking about a lot of CDP tools. And not to be mistaken, CDP tools are not AI-powered tools. They're quite different. We would be talking about each of these things in detail. As always, the goal of this channel to steer ahead when it comes to educating businesses and marketers about marketing automation and the AI revolution around us. Thank you so much. My name is Casey. Until next time, ciao.